My name is Stephanie, and I would love to share my story with you, and I hope you all enjoy it. Maybe a little bit long, but I just really want to share something personal. And yeah, my cat's in the video. Hold on a second. Yes, I have two dogs and two cats. Actually, they're my sister cats, but she's taking her cats. But she just doesn't here right now, so it's pretty cool. I love the cat, so no problem. They're like family to me. And my sister's here, and Derek is here. So if you hear like a little bit of noises, it just but that's all right. But I just want to share my story with you, and I'm trying to get the cat away from here so I can talk to you guys. So, anyways, I am 26 years old. I live in Holly, Michigan. I when I was born, I was from Lake Orion, and I lived with my mom and dad, and my sister, of course. But to begin my story is I have a disability that I want to talk to you about, and it's kind of who I am, and you'll find out more about it in my story. But I just want to tell you that I'm not ashamed of anything. What I went through my life made me a lot stronger, and it all started in kindergarten when I had to take it twice. The first time I take it, I think I was a little bit too young. I was not ready for it. I don't think this had anything to do with it, but I kind of struggled in like the first time, and so I went to a different school the second time because my mom liked this other school better, and it was in Lake Orion, and I actually liked that school better. I had a really good kindergarten teacher, and I enjoyed it. She liked to sing, and she had a guitar, and I did better the second time. And I have notes here just so I don't forget some important details. I when I went to first grade and second grade, I had a really amazing teacher, and I'm not gonna say any names because I don't wanna just in case they don't just in case no one wants the name in this video. I just want to protect, indemnities and all that stuff. But I just want to say I had an amazing first and second grade teacher. I had her twice, and she is really an amazing person. She has fought for me in that time to keep me out of special ed. I had a hard time just understanding the context of things, and I really struggled, but she really believed in me, and I really appreciate that more than anything. And I did go to a resource room to get some extra help, but sorry, my cat. And I remember having this one lady help me, and she just made sure she helped me understand things, and really just was there for me. So that was awesome. And I really but the teacher I had, and I still keep in contact with her to this day, and she really was she is an amazing person. And I think a lot of it has to do with her believing in me, and she is incredible. And if anyone can know, she deserves a big shout out because she's that good of a teacher. And I'm not keep on saying that, but it's just that when I grew up, some people didn't believe in me, but I always go back and think about her because she did believe in me. So when I went to third grade, my parents had divorced, and I started living with my mom. And I don't want to get into much with my dad, but my dad has not been there for me growing up, and he was not really that good of a father. But besides the point, my mom's been an incredible mom, and she's been there for me, and that's what counts the most. But when I went to elementary school, I was in commerce then, and I struggled really bad in school. I don't remember every little detail how I struggled. I just know I struggled really bad, and I remember that they had to get me tested. I had tested for like math, English, and all that subjects that you had to do in school. I remember being tested by three guys. I don't remember the last guy as well, but I remember the first guy and remember the second guy. And the second guy, I remember being in this like back room in the school, I think it was, and he had Apple Jacks, and he offered me a Apple Jacks to eat, and I always remember that because of the Apple Jacks, I guess. But and I remember taking these tests and like a math test, and I don't know every little detail about that because it was so long ago. But I just know that I got tested, and then they found out what's wrong, and my cat. They found out that I had a learning disability, and and my learning disability was comprehension. I don't know exactly what the whole name of it. It was comprehension something. I have a comprehension of the context of things. Mostly, like I have a hard time understanding like complex things, and you have to explain it to me a little bit more, not so complex, for me to understand. And back then it was really worse. Like when I was younger, it was a lot worse than it is now. And I just had to make. There was a choice for me, and I could stay in the mainstream, classes. Oh, I could go to the special school, and that school had like some mainstream classes too, but there was a special ed program in there, and it could help me, they told me. And they said if I stay in this mainstream class that I could struggle, and I might have to take classes again. I might fail because it's harder. And then it's not my fault, they're trying to say, but they just said that I needed some help. So I wasn't really upset about it. I didn't really understand at the time. My mom like helped me, and she kind of talked with me, but I think like we made a decision for me to do this. And so when I went to the new school, I think it helped me a lot. I think it like we did. I know we're doing like like everything I was supposed to do, like math, English, science, and all that, but in like a little bit easier format for me. And at that time, I just didn't. I actually was actually happy with it. At the time I didn't really understand the whole special ed thing. And special ed is nothing wrong with special ed, but it's just for people who have learning disabilities and needs like extra help with learning, and really it's not a bad thing at all. Well, I moved to Legoian, and for some reasons, and I went to this school, and that school I had a special ed class, most of some like math, English, and I forgot exactly what it was at the time, but I had special ed class, and I know I had social studies and gym, the mainstream classes, maybe music and dance were not special ed, but in that school there was more like I was more with like mainstream and special ed. So I learned basically what other kids learn, but in more in a slower context. So that was good. In middle school, I was in special ed, and at that time, I started becoming a little bit more like upset about the special ed kind of thing, and I felt more embarrassed more than than anything. And I know it's way bad to say that, but that's how I felt back then. And I just felt like I just really just I don't know. I just was kind of self-conscious about it, and I kind of felt I don't know, it just that it was really hard when I got older with the concept. I just didn't want to think about being a special. I didn't want to hear it because I was ashamed of it when I was younger, when I was that age. But middle school wasn't so bad. I had mainstream classes and I had special ed classes. I had math, science, English, and special ed, and I had social studies in mainstream, and I had, like the electives in mainstream classes. And I had some really good teachers in middle school that I really like. Nothing really, had not really much issues back then. High school, oh yeah, before high school, sorry, I forgot to tell you one thing. In middle school, I did improve on a lot of things. My comprehension was improving, and I was learning a lot more, easier than I did back in elementary school. It's been improving a lot. And I think, being a special ed did help me. And I'm not saying that, it did help me a lot. And they told me that I can get tested again and possibly be able to get out of special ed in high school. And so I thought that was pretty cool, and I was, happy about that. But unfortunately, I'm not trying to bursting bubbles here, but it never happened. So we'll just get that out of the way. In high school, it wasn't all bad at all. I didn't have like the worst experience like with other things, but I had a worse experience with fighting for my for things I really wanted to do in high school. I had a good experience with some things like the dance, friends, and like things like that were good. But there was things that weren't good, and it just upset me a lot. And I was in special classes just like in middle school. I was taking a lot of special classes. Actually, probably a little more than I was in middle school. And I was taking some mainstream classes. Like, I think I was taking, actually, the only mainstream class I was taking in high school were, trying to think. Oh, I'm sorry, my cat interrupted me. Only electives. So everything else was special ed, which, wasn't bad, but, and I felt like I wanted just to try a mainstream class. I thought I can do it, and I really wanted to take a math class to try it. And yes, it's probably going to be hard, and I know it's going to be hard, and I know I'm probably going to struggle a little because I know it's a lot harder for me. But I had a social worker, and I'm not going to say his name because it's not right to say his name. I'm not going to bash his name on here. I'm not that kind of person. But I had a really hard time with a social worker. And I'm just going to say social worker so you know who I'm talking about. The same social worker I'm going to talk about the whole time about high school. But this social worker, I talked to him about it. Because I guess I had to talk to him about it for some reason. And he just didn't think it was a good idea at all. I talked to my teacher about it, and that teacher, and I'm not saying all my teachers were bad in high school, because I had a lot of good teachers in high school. I have some favorite teachers in high school, and even teachers that kind of put me down in high school, that, they were not always bad either, okay? I'm not saying they're terrible people, because I'm not like that, but there's things about them that I will talk about in a minute. But there was this one teacher that I tried to talk to this person, and they just told me that math is going to be a little bit too hard for you, and they said that I don't think it's a good idea for you. They didn't even give me the chance to try. I went up to the counseling office, and the worst scenario is they put me right back in the special ed class if it didn't work. And I was so upset about it. I felt really angry, okay? I was just really mad, upset, and I just upset that they didn't believe in me. And I told them that I know I can handle it. And I didn't tell them that I didn't tell them that I want to get out of special ed completely. I just want to take one class out of, just to try it, just to give me a chance, because I know I can do it if they give me the chance to. But they didn't, and I fought for it, and they just kept telling me no. It's not going to happen. Maybe next year, which that not happen, didn't happen. So it was very, very frustrating. I did stand up a lot for my, rights. I felt like I was standing for my rights a lot. But I always wanted to go to college. It was my big dream. And becoming a teacher is something I always wanted to do. And back then, they always talk about our future, and they want to know what you want to do. And I remember talking to my social worker, because he's the one that always asks about this. And he told me that, what would you want to do for your future? Did you have any plans? And I said, yes, I would like to go to college and become a teacher. And he asked me what kind of teacher, and I tell him, and he's like, well, Stephanie, that's going to be a little bit hard. And he told me about how his daughter struggled, and how, but she went to a different college, and I forgot how, I don't remember the whole story, but it was such a while ago. But he was just telling me, like, little, like, things, and he was trying to find a way to tell me that it's too hard for me. Like, he said that, college is not for everybody. College is for certain people, and I don't think it's a good suit for you. But there's other things you could do. Like, you can go to an office desk. You can work at, like, a retail store. Or you can. He was telling me all these things I could work at. Like, I could still work with kids without a college education, and I would tell you, I never told him, I never give up on it. I told him this is what I wanted, and he just kept, the whole time, he just always brought me down. He never said anything positive about it. He just kept telling me over and over that I cannot become a teacher, basically. He says it's too hard, and he'll show me, like, brochures about things. He'll find things for me to see to convince me not to go to college, which was very wrong, and it really upsetted me a lot. I have, like, those just little things, like I put, like, a junior, a senior, just to make sure I don't forget anything. My junior year and my senior year were my worst years. I handled this kind of situation. It really brought me down a lot, and I really had to stick up for myself a lot, but it's alright. But my junior year, I got the opportunity to go to OTC. It's a Oakland Technical Center, and there's different programs you can go. You go for, like, part of your school day, so you can go there in the morning and get credit, high school credits for going there. And I picked culinary arts because I thought that'd be kind of interesting to do. They didn't have anything for childcare or anything for children, but I just wanted to try something different. Just something. Why not try something? So I tried culinary arts, and I thought I was nervous but excited at the same time. And I thought that's going to be kind of hard for me, but I wanted to prove them I could do something. So when I first got in there, it was a lot of talking, and there were, introductions kind of stuff. But we had to learn. We had to learn the math, and we had to learn the kitchen. We had to learn all this stuff. It was 2 tests. And the first was safety and, certain things. I can't remember exactly what the whole test was. And that wasn't so bad. And then there was a math test that was really, really hard. It's like culinary math. And a lot of people did struggle in it. So it wasn't just me. But, I did fail the test, like, a couple of times. Like, probably, I don't remember how many, like 4 times, maybe 5. And some people did too. So I wasn't the only one, like, struggling. There was a few people struggling too. It's just that hard, and they said it's normal. The lady said in there, she said it's really hard test. But you know what? I kept on doing it. I kept on trying, because you know what? The teachers, I remember my teacher always saying that, kept telling me, it's kind of hard. Are you sure you want to do this? And I said, yes, I want to do this. So I kept trying. I studied. I cried. I'm not gonna admit, I cried when before I took the test that one day because I was so upset and frustrated. But you know what? I went in there and done it, and I passed the test. I passed it, and I was so happy. I was like, I finally passed it, and I could finally go into the kitchen and do something that I really want to do. And I proved them I can do it. So I went, and there was two groups. There was the kitchen part where you cook, and you get to be with the guy chef, and there was a girl chef that did the baking. Well, the first part of the year you would go with him. Well, they broke it up in two groups. You either go with him first or you go with her the first, and you kind of rotate. So I went with him the first part of the year, and then I was going to go with her the second part of the year. And I really enjoyed it. It was really fun. It was some difficulty. Everything you do is hard, but I really enjoyed myself. The chef was really nice. He believed in me. He told me that I'm doing a great job, and I loved it. I was cooking. I got to do things I really want to do, and I really enjoyed myself. But comes before the baking part, I think my teacher didn't really believe in me because she told me that it's too hard for you, and she told me my mom, and she told me that I don't know if she did with my mom or not. No, she didn't. It was just me at first. And she told me it's really hard for you. And I said, it's not really hard for me. I know I did really bad at first. I know the tests I did. But I'm doing really good right now. And she just kept saying that, that's not what you want to do. You said you want to do it with kids. So you need to get out of this. And so my social worker, and I forgot who his other lady was, but they all were trying to get me out of this program, and I kept fighting for because I really want to be in it, but I don't know exactly how, but they got me out of there. Like they told me I had to leave, and they didn't take no for an answer, and I was very upset. I even cried. I cried a lot in high school. I know it was kind of embarrassing, but yeah, I was upset about it because it felt like they're taking away something that I really wanted to do. And I went to I remember the last day. My chef knew I was upset, and they made me a big poster, which I can't find anymore. I'm hopefully gonna find that soon. They moved, so they made a poster, and they all signed their names, and they made a little message, and that was really nice of them. But I remember crying that day coming back, and I can't believe they did that. It was really wrong, and in my opinion, it was just wrong what they did. And so I was just in complete upset about it. And then they put me in a co-op program for daycare, which was awesome for that, because I want to be with little kids, and I totally want to do that, okay? But I was surprised they let me even do that, because I was, they didn't believe in me or anything else, and they put me in that, and they thought, but I felt like it should be my decision, not their decision. And they told me I could do it my senior year and finish culinary arts at first, So that's my plan. I just want to do something different, just to try something out. And, I really enjoyed daycare co-oping. I really liked it, but it just upset me that they did that. It still doesn't give them the right to do that. So, my senior year was basically similar in some things. Like, my social worker would talk about the future, because it was last year of high school, and he really said some comments to me. I can't remember the comments he said to me. I remember him, but it wasn't I can't remember word by word. I just remember him telling me that college is not right for you. He got really more, and he really got more detailed with it. And I remember he kept on telling me all the time, and he kept telling me over and over and over. And you know what? I got so upset. I went in the bathroom afterwards, and I just cried because I can't take it anymore. I couldn't take him telling me I couldn't do it. And I just was upset, and then my teachers did too. Some of my teachers, like, not all of them, but just a couple of them. And I was like, and then we have IEP meetings. Every special ed child has to have an IEP, and I had them all, the time. And IEPs, usually when high school you get an assigned teacher, and then you have I think the principal comes in, and your social worker comes in, and you have like some other witnesses come in too. But every year I had a different person. And the last year, I had a teacher that was kind of sorry that some people, my sister, they're talking, so I'm trying to talk over them. But sorry, I had a teacher that didn't believe in me for my final year, and she was the teacher did not want for my IEP for my final year. I had her for 4 years, and I had a really, really hard time with her. Sorry. Every year I had her I never liked any of her classes. I remember it's just because the way she talked to me. She talked to me like I was like dumb, and she just it's hard to explain, but it was really hard handling her. But the thing is, sorry, my sister and a cat are in here being okay. 1 second. Okay, my sister's going out the house, so finally the cat runs out, so I'll make sure that doesn't happen. Okay, so we had to discuss like options in my IEP, and there was 2 options for me. There was I can get my diploma or certificate of completion, and I was qualified for the diploma, but they wanted me to get the certificate of completion. They said that once you graduate, you cannot go back, and they're trying to convince me that the certificate of completion was the best choice for me. And like one of my teachers was trying to convince me that because she knows someone in her family that struggled with a diploma, and I wanted my diploma, and I told them, sorry, I want my diploma. And I kept fighting for that diploma. I said, no, I want that diploma. I worked, I deserve the diploma just like everybody else does in that school. If I am like qualified for the diploma, then I want that diploma. And we had like semesters, and cat is meowing. We had semesters, and the 3rd semester they put me in a really easy special ed class, and there was nothing wrong with that special ed class, because some students didn't need that class. And kitty cat, stop it. My cat's meowing because when my sister goes outside, the cat wants to go with her. So stop it, Lilica. I know you want to go see Alicia. They're really close, as you tell. I'm gonna go in my room. 1 second. But it wasn't for everybody. It was for some people, but it wasn't for me, because it was so easy. I would get done so fast with everything I did, and it wasn't like, sorry. I know this is how life is. Sometimes it's not always perfect and cheesy, and everything like that. But it's not like cheesy. See, it's not always perfect. Life happens, and things happen. But what I was trying to say is that that class was really easy for me, and I would get done for anybody else would in that class. And I'm not saying that those students in there were really bad, because they weren't bad, and there's nothing wrong with them at all. But it wasn't for me. It was just way too easy, and I didn't understand why they put me in that class. Um, so it was very annoying. And the bathroom, I clean my voice. So, hopefully the cat is done meowing. Okay, I gotta go back out here now. Okay, so finish this now. Sorry about that. I know, you know how life happens and things go on, whatever. But that's alright, because we're all human. Okay, so, it was a really easy class, but that teacher I had knew it was, she knew that it was easy for me, and she knew that, a lot of things that I was struggling with that year, and she kind of told me that she knows I could do college, and she told me I could do college. So she was a really good teacher. She really believed in me, and I appreciate her a lot, because she was one of the people that believed in me. There was some people that believed in me, and there were some that didn't. And I'm telling you that if you were saw it, you understand how extreme it was on how much they were like telling me I couldn't do something. But I had the final IEP interview. You have to do an interview for your last year, and I had it with that teacher, and it went okay until she asked one question about my future. She asked, when did you find out that you cannot become a teacher? Like, when did you start realizing that? And I was like, I couldn't believe she asked that question, and my heart sank. I was very, very mad, upset, and I was taken back because I did not know what to say, because I think I stayed when I came home that night, but without the thing, I did not expect her to say that. And I know it's not the worst thing in the world, but it's just when someone says it to you, and it's your teacher, and it just that I heard some things. That's not the worst thing in the world, but that really upset me, and that really just, and it's still in my head through the whole time, and but I try to let it go, and I wish I said something else instead of what I did, but life moves on. So I did get my diploma. I walked in 2009 and graduated high school, and I got my diploma, and that was awesome. That was the best day because I got my diploma and I did something that I wanted to do. So that was pretty awesome. So after high school, I had to take a year off to figure out what school I want to go to and what I want to do exactly. And but I always doubted myself. I always had what they told me in the back of my head. And I think why it took me so long to go to college was because of how much they doubted me. And I wish I would have started a little bit sooner, but you can never take things back, and you can't regret things in life. You gotta, be proud of things. And I always believed in that. But, just at the time I was like deciding to go, and that's normal. It's okay to take a year off, so that's what I did. I decided to go to Baker College, and when I first started, I'm not going to lie to you, I'm going to be completely honest. I had a math class, and it was more like a basic math class, like you learn subtraction, addition, and that was, good until I went to fractions and division, and completely did bad. I failed that class, and I remember when I found out I failed, I cried in the car going home, and I said, this is not for me. This cannot be the right. And I was saying in my head, you know what, maybe I can't do it. Maybe, maybe, I gotta do something different. And I always, that's always what I said when I failed a class. I just, but you know what, my mom told me that she believes in me and she knows I can do it. And I was upset at first, but then I started feeling better, and I took it again with a different teacher because that teacher I didn't really like it as much, but I got a different teacher because the good thing about college, you can get a different teacher if you want some classes, but I had a different teacher, and she was such a good teacher. She like helped me understand it better, and I passed it. So that was awesome. I passed it. I felt so good, and and then I started doing good for a while in college. I thought like this was going really well, and then it was always a struggle. Like it was a struggle. It was hard. College is never easy for anyone. College it's hard. It's really is like difficult. The tests and everything. And I'm not saying just me struggled. I know a lot of people in college struggled, but there was some classes I took. I had to take some classes twice, and I'm not going to completely lie about that at all. I'm going to be completely honest. I didn't fail a lot of classes actually. I only failed a couple, but I remember this one class really. I think it was psychology. That class I could not understand the test. I understand the context of the test he was taking. The test did not match up to what he was teaching in class, and everybody struggled with that. But a lot of people still passed it, and I didn't. I know some people that failed it too. So I'm not the only one that failed it, but I just didn't think that I could accomplish it the next time because that class was so hard. And I remember that I was about to give up. I was to the breaking point of just saying I'm done, and I was like completely like I was crying in the car because that's why I drive home. I just like cried, and I was upset, and I'm like, what, maybe I can take a break from college. Maybe it's not for me, and maybe they were right. And I don't know why, but in college I thought that a lot. I just kept thinking of those comments. But I went and took the class again. I just pushed myself to do it. Like, you know what? I gotta do it. And I had the same teacher, which didn't have a choice, but I had the same teacher, and somehow I passed it. I passed the class, and I was like, thank goodness I passed it. I was so happy. I was so proud. I was like, you know what? I am so glad I didn't, give up. Because if I didn't give up, if I would have given up, I wouldn't have passed that class. And I wouldn't be where I'm at. And then I started, after that, I didn't fail classes. I started doing actually a lot better. Now, I struggled in some classes. There was classes that I really struggled in, but I still passed the class. So that is good. There's a little bit of one couple of little flies driving me nuts. But I did pass. Oh my God! Now I'm gonna be really happy seeing this because I was really surprised. But I had a lot of A's and B's in my college classes, and I remember at the end of the term, I was like shocked every time that I got an A or a B, and I got some C's too, which I wasn't upset about the C's because you know what? I passed, and that's what counts. I didn't get a fail. I passed it, but I was on the honors a couple of times in college, and I was like, I cannot believe this. This was completely awesome. I was so happy. I was, that's when I started thinking that, I don't care what people said in the past that I couldn't do it because I am doing well. My mom always told me, you know what? You can always tell them that, you got honors, you got A's and B's, you are doing well, and you know what? You can do this, and you're going to get your degree, and you're going to accomplish this. And you know what? That's when I start saying, you know what? I am going to do this for me, not for them, for me. And you know what? I'm not going to hold me back. And that's when I started thinking that, you know what? I don't care what they said anymore. I don't care what I went through. it was hard, and I'm not gonna lie, it was hard, but you know what? I am doing good, and the cats are arguing tonight. Of course, my cats are being kind of, yeah. As you can tell, the struggles of having cats. Just kidding. Anyways, I struggled in my last couple of semesters. They were really hard. My last semester especially, that was kind of hard. I had a teacher that, she was not the worst teacher, but she was really hard. She assigned so much homework, and her homework was really hard. And I was upset a couple times. But I knew I wasn't gonna give up. I knew I'm this close of graduating, so I gave it all my all. So I cannot fail this. I gotta do it. I gotta do this for me. And you know what? The last day I was, one second. My cat, sometimes when cats fight, and it gets on your nerves a little bit. Sorry about this, everyone. Stop it, please. Stop. Okay. As you tell, I still have boxes in my house, but because I didn't get to unpack everything. Okay. Anyways, sorry about that. Okay. They're not fighting anymore, so that's good. Okay. So, the last day of the class was when she had to check my homework, and that's when you find out if you pass or not. Well, she looked at my portfolio. If you didn't make a portfolio, you always had to make portfolios. I had to make a lot of portfolios in college, in my early childhood classes. And she liked it. And she's told me, you did a really great job. And I was so happy. I came out called my mom, Mom, I passed the class. I'm all done with college. It was such a relief. And you know what? On June 12th, I graduated with my associate's degree. It took me 5 years to get done with college because I started off with 3 and I didn't do so well with 3, so I took 2 because I did so much better with 2. And you know what? That's okay because I still graduated and I still got what I needed to get. And I accomplished things that some people told me I cannot achieve. But I graduated, and you know what? That is awesome. And if I can do it, then you can do it. And I struggled a lot with my comprehension, and I couldn't understand certain things. College is hard because you have to study, and you have to read a lot, and you have to do so much work, and it is hard to understand some of the context, and I struggled in a lot of that. I struggled in studying a lot because of that, and that was my downfall because I had a hard time. But you know what? I did it, so that's what counts. So what I deal with is I do have a comprehension, that I deal with every day, at work, home, whatever. In life, I do notice I do struggle with it, and I can learn everything like you can learn, just a little slower, and I struggle in it, but I am proud of who I am. My cat. I am very happy now that where I struggled in the past. I am not ashamed of being in special ed, because there's nothing wrong with being special ed. There is nothing wrong with my learning disability. And the sooner I accepted it, the sooner I became happy with who I am. Because I think growing up, I wasn't happy with myself because I couldn't accept that part of me. I couldn't accept that I was the way I am. I used to be embarrassed. I used to be upset about it. I used to hated it. But now, I don't hate it anymore. Now I am actually proud of myself. I'm not trying to be conceited here, but I just really came a long way, and I'm not ashamed of it. And you know what? If you're going through something in your life that people didn't believe in you, people say that you can't do something, they say it's too hard for you. Let me tell you, it is not going to be, it's not their life, okay? They don't know you, and maybe they do know you, but you know, you can't let that stop you. You can't let people tell you what you can and cannot do. You can't let one obstacle stop you from your dreams. You can't let things control your dreams, because you know what? You can do anything you want to do as long as you set your mind to it. And you know, it's not going to always be easy. I'm not going to lie to you. It was a big struggle for me. It was really hard. And anything I do in life is hard, you know? Anyone goes to college, it can be hard for anybody. Going to work, sometimes it can be a big struggle. And, you know, a lot of people, I used to be really upset about this, especially at my work, not this work, but, you know, the past work. I'm not going to say, not every work I went to, but it's one particular job I went to, and it's not just jobs that did this, but they treated me kind of differently. They treated me like I was kind of dumb, and they talked down to me because sometimes I talk a little bit too fast. I don't understand something, and they explain to me a little bit more, and they treat me like that. And you know, I used to be really upset about it, and I admit it does upset me still a little bit. But you know what? I don't let that affect me anymore, because I am proud of who I am. I am very proud of who I became, and I want you all to know that you can do something with yourself. You can do anything, and it doesn't have to be college. It doesn't. It could be anything you're doing in life, you know? And just, I want you to know, if I can do it, then you can do it. And the cat. I know, Kitty Cat. I'm going to see in a minute, Kitty Cat. He wants my attention. See, he just wants me to pet him. I love my cat, though. He's a good cat, though. He just will make a video. He kind of wants to get into the video. He's kind of attention kind of cat. He wants attention all the time. But anyways, thank you so much for watching my video. And, I didn't get, like, all emotional like I thought I was going to get, because it was really emotional, but I was trying to keep it in. I just really want to share something with you that's personal to me, and I wouldn't share that with you a long time ago. But, you know, I'm proud of my story, and I am not ashamed of it anymore, and I want to share it with everybody now. It's time to get it out. It's time for people to hear it, so they can understand that they can achieve their goals. If I can achieve something, you can do it too. And I have so much more goals in my life that I want to achieve, and I'm going to achieve them no matter what. Nothing's going to stop me. And I am very happy about that. And with you, you can do that too. And you just take determination. It takes not giving up. And it's okay to feel upset, miserable, and it's okay to feel like, when you fail, it's okay to feel like miserable for that moment, because you failed. It didn't work out, and you're upset. But you know what? You gotta pick yourself up. You gotta bring yourself up, because you can do it the next time. Things will get better. Just believe in yourself. Believe in you. If you believe in you and you keep on going, things will get better. And so, I just wanted to share some just share with you. And I feel like I became a lot stronger person from what I have gone through. If I haven't gone through that, I don't think I would have fought so much in college. I don't think I would have been the person I became. And it wasn't for my mom, my sister, my boyfriend, because my boyfriend was always there for me, and my mom and friends. I have some really great friends that were there, and just people in general, like, that were supportive in it. They really helped too. And people that believed in me, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. It's amazing to have people in your life that support you. So I'm sorry this video is kind of very long, and it's kind of my story, so it's kind of really long, but I appreciate you watching, and I hope you have a wonderful night. And always just remember, just always achieve your dreams. Don't let anything stop you. Don't let anything get in your way. It might be hard, it might be frustrating, and you might want to give up, but you know what? If you keep on going, at the end, you're going to be so happy that you kept going. You're going to be happy that you done something for yourself. And you're going to be, it's just going to feel amazing. So, whatever you are feeling right now, and whatever struggles you're going through, know it's going to be okay. And know you have people in your life that's going to support you. And it's just, I mean, so always go for it. Don't let anything get in your way. Never. So, and you're all wonderful, and you're important, and I believe in you. And whoever's watching, you all can do something, and you can achieve anything you put your mind to. So, thank you for watching my video, and I hope you all have a wonderful night or day. And I'll talk to you soon. And I'm sorry again, this is a long video, but just wanted to share my story with you. So, thank you so much. Bye.